Now this is the Bulova, what I thought was a battery operated clock that I got the other day, along with my plate clocks. But to my surprise, and I told you I don't really care for battery operated clocks, but to my surprise, this is not a battery operated clock. It's a transistorized battery assist clock. Now I'm going to take the battery out. It's got two sets of magnets in it. Now, and here's a coil right here. And I'm going to loosen this screw. And this is where the transistor is. And I'm going to just move this plate here. And when I move the plate, the coil catches the magnets, and so the spring is not running properly like it should. So when I move this plate, it just stops. So the coil has to be in just right, for one thing. Let me see if I can tighten this up. Okay. The second thing, again, it's not going to stay running because the battery's not in there. When this rotates, you have this piece right here that catches these little teeth in this white plastic gear. Even though the gears, most of them are plastic, it still it's like it's kind of like a pocket watch with the hairspring in there. There's a YouTube video that explains all this, and I'll put that up in a second. But once you got the battery in, one of the YouTube videos showed a AA, another one showed a C. I'm going to put the AA back in. It's just that the compartment itself is big enough for C. And here I got the AA in, and it's working. But like I said, the compartment itself is big enough for C. And it looks like it's going to stay running, but without a battery in there to provide that impulse for the magnet and the coil, it'll stop. So putting the battery in, giving it a spin, it should stay running now. I'm going to go ahead and put it there, and we'll check it later. But here's a YouTube video on a vintage Westclock transistor clock. The guy takes it apart, cleans it. He doesn't actually take the movement apart, but he gets some hair and dust bunnies out of the way, and he gets the thing up and running. This clock that he's working on, he said, was built in the 60s. I typically don't like battery operated clocks. I got a couple of battery operated clocks. I typically don't like battery operated clocks because I am not very good with electronics. I want to show you something else on this movement. I just happen to have my multimeter right here, set it on DC power. Let's see if I can do this while on video. I show you on the battery. We got 1.5 volts. Now I'm going to take you up here, and we got 1.5 volts. I'll take the negative cable and bring it up here. You got 1.5 volts. You got 1.5 volts. The way this thing is designed, which is kind of weird, this whole plate has power to it. It's all connected down here. And it takes the battery out and show it to you. This entire thing is connected to the battery. This, on the negative side, goes all the way up in through here, and it's going through this circuit board here, which goes into the coil pack, which is there, and the magnets go over the coil pack for the impulse of that little gear turning there. And so you basically that's what I find fascinating or weird about it, is because you have power throughout this entire base of a clock. If you can see the digital meter reading and where I got the leads, you got power all over the place. And that is weird about it, I find. But anyway, I enjoyed watching the video that the guy put out on, like I said, you can search for vintage West clock, transistor clock, won't run, can it be fixed? 12 volt bids is the person that put it out. Pretty interesting video. But I typically don't like battery operated clocks, but I am liking this clock. Now, what's even really cool about it is this movement was made by Jungens, made in Germany, 1 joule, unadjusted, and there's a switch on this movement. And if I can remember where this goes, there's a switch here that kills the stops the movement. There's a start stop lever right here, and I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the battery. I'm sorry, it's got to do with the escape wheel here. So when this goes on, it's stopping the wheel. So when I put it over there, it's getting the wheel out of the way. And now that should be ticking right there. Another cool thing about this is this is your speed adjustment. When you turn this lever right here, which is your speed adjustment for the hairspring. If I could get it out of the way. It's got a bend in it. I don't know if you can see that. But that bend goes in all these grooves of this screw. So if I put it back in there, when you turn this screw, it brings that lever up or takes it back, and you could see that this, which is actually connected to the hairspring, is moving, and that's got to do with your whether your clock is gaining time or losing time. I found that pretty cool also, the way that was designed. But anyway, believe it or not, I got this clock ticking away. But it's not a quartz movement. It's a battery assist movement. Transistorized clock, a battery assist clock. So it's not a battery operated clock, but a battery assist clock. And these things are quite valuable. I have over 300 clocks. This is the very first one that I've seen. I'm going to have to start looking for them more often. Anyway, I hope you all like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and God bless.